Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Cybersecurity Standup, your favorite podcast of all time. Today I'm coming from the Gartner Security and Risk Management Summit in the National Harbor, and it's a beautiful day outside, and it's a bustling show floor here, and I'm here with my wonderful coworker, Sudarsan. Sudarsan, you're my first guest on, so I'm really excited to hear about your first impressions of the show. What are you hearing at Gartner this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Great to be back here with you, Bronwyn, again. So at Gartner this year, I found three different unique topics that are presented by the analyst community. One is what they describe as the burnout in the security teams. And the second one is around what they call as fault tolerant. That kind of resonated with me. This goes back to resilience topic that are at RSA conference. They introduced this concept last year, a couple of years back. And at Gartner now, they're talking about fault tolerance in security operations. And the third piece is more around topics around how do you use this fault tolerance and burnout in the cloud security space, right? So that kind of resonated with what we do at Uptycs. And at the end of the day, it's all about how do you reduce your noise in the cloud security and how do you have the right amount of people in the field when it comes to whether you're doing an offense or defense strategy when it comes to cloud security. So burnout, how do you reduce burnout is one. Fault tolerant is more around how do you use risk prioritization to get to the fault tolerant capability even at doing a security operations. So those are the two key topics that I found was interesting this time of the year.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
And I'd love to ask you one more question about this offensive and defensive strategy. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So I like to think of this as a game, right? A football game where you need to imply both offense and defense to really build a platform that does both, because you don't want to do one or the other because then you're not going to win the game, right, in cloud security. So we believe here both are required, and offense is more about being more proactive, or I would put it as something as you go shift left, you need to make sure you have the right security practices as you build the software. It's more offensive. But in your running workloads in real runtime environment, how do you apply preventive controls is more defense in nature, right? You need both together to have a really solid cloud security platform when it comes to protecting your workload wherever they are running. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a big takeaway from this year's show, I think, is that we need both. We need both offense and defense. Wonderful. Well, thanks so much for joining us on the show for this little shorty episode, and enjoy the rest of it.
Thank you, Bronwyn. Have a nice day.
See you out in cyberspace.